I want to take you now to Brunswick, Georgia. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Rick Sanchez. This is Wednesday afternoon that I'm taking you back to, and there's a couple of dozen people that are gathered. They're having a Tea Party protest, as is their right as Americans. They're on the side of the road. They're protesting against President Obama's health care plans. They had a permit to protest, by the way. Now, here's where this gets interesting, and this is where I want Roland Martin, if you're standing by. We got Roland Martin back up. We got Roland here, and we got Mike Brooks, who's going to be standing by to take us through this as well. I want you guys to watch this with me, and I want everyone at home to watch this, all right? Because this man obviously has something important to say, but then he pushes it and he gets arrested. We're going to talk about that. This man is a minister. His name is Zach Lyde. He comes along and he engages the protesters in an argument. He feels that they're wrong and that they're excluding Americans like him. That's what he believes. Here's what happens.
Your union.
Sir, we thought you were on the side.
I'm not, no.
Sir, listen to me. We have a city ordinance.
I don't care what you have.
All right, turn around.
I don't care. Get up.
Turn around. Put your hands on your back now. Put your hands on your back. I'll shoot you with a taser. Now. Put your hands on your back.
Get on the ground.
Turn around and put your hands on your back now. Get on the ground. Put your hands on your back. Put your hands on your back. You will not do this crap out here in the middle of the street. Not in the city of Brunswick.
Hey, no.
That's right. You have a right to protest, sir, when you have a permit. You don't have
All right, that's interesting. And let me bring both of you guys in. There's two parts to this story. There's the man's right to say what he wants to say.
His First Amendment.
His First Amendment rights. Pardon me, I just unplugged myself here while I was trying to talk to you. And then the second part is the police's responsibility to keep order. Yeah. Now, I should tell everybody, including Roland, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I've watched this many times now. And as I watched it, I felt this guy had something to say. He was really angry at these people. He felt like these people were being very exclusive of people like him. Some people would say he may be right. But then the police come to him and say, sir, you know, you may want to back off. You don't have a permit. You don't have a permit. At the very end, I hear the police come to him and say to him, can you come over here with us? Please leave the vicinity here because you're starting to get people angry. Come with us. He fails to do so, and that's when they arrested him. Do you believe that the police acted improperly, Roland?
No, he should have been arrested.
He should have been arrested.
Look, you have the freedom of assembly. You have the freedom of speech. But you also have laws. If this was a civil rights march, if this was a march being led by this pastor's church, and there were some other individuals who choose to get in their face and shout them down, who did not have the proper permits, then I would expect the cops to also arrest them. Secondly, when the cops also approached him, when he began to take a swing at them, that's when they brought their tasers up. This minister was in the wrong based upon his actions. He may have a lot to say, but again, there's still a proper way for you to say it.
What do you do if you're a cop, all right? And that's why we have you here in this conversation with Roland. You've got a protest of a bunch of people who believe in A, and somebody comes along and he believes in B, and he enters that protest and starts arguing with them and saying, you guys are wrong, you shouldn't be doing this, you're hurting America, whatever. You're a cop, you called to the situation, do you let them argue?
What you try to do, Rick, and, you know, having been in D.C. and worked thousands of demonstrations, that's what we did. I was with the Special Operations Division, and we worked all the demonstrations in front of the White House, on the mall, you name it, we've done it.
It's like, what do you do for a living? I work demonstrations.
Exactly, and that's what we did. And what you would try to do is, sir, would you please go to the other, do you have a permit? No. These people do. Would you go to the other side of the street and let him go across the street and say anything he wants?
He can yell all he wants.
Yell all he wants, but as Roland said, when he starts to engage them, and then the officers try to get him away from there to calm the, because he was being disorderly. After that, they asked him to move away, and then they put their hands on him, and then that's when he took a swing. I think the officers. Let me just point something out too, Rick.
Well, it's
Brunswick, Georgia,
but the reason
is one of the best trained police departments in the country because you've got the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center there, where I used to work when I retired.
Well, I don't think
we have them come over all the time and go through training, and they play. They're also role players.
I agree with Roland and you. I don't think the police officers necessarily did anything wrong. I just think it's the kind of situation that you and me and Roland are going to probably see more of in the coming months, given the general environment in the country.
But
it's kind of good to get the ground rules down now. Roland, we got 10 10 seconds.
The
Close
ground
us out.
rules always have been there. But again, though, you want people to act in a responsible manner. The minister was not doing so, and that's why he was arrested.
And if you refuse an order from a police official, you should be arrested, even if you're a Harvard professor. Thanks, Roland.
Well, I don't understand what that had anything to do with it.
But
But if you want to have that conversation, we can have it. But I tell you what, if you stand in my house, get the hell out of my house.
Thank you, Roland Martin.
All right.
You wouldn't throw me out of your house, would you, Roland? Come on.
Like a brother.
If Rick brought that up, I'd throw him out the house. I'd like, get out the house, Rick.
Thanks, Roland.